Quotes by Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Our life is what our thoughts make it. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. The mind freed from passions is an impenetrable fortress. A person has no more secure place of refuge for all time. You have been formed of three parts: body, breath, and mind. Of these, the first two are yours, insofar as they are only in your care. The third alone is truly yours. Dig deep within yourself, for there is a fountain of goodness ever ready to flow if you will keep digging. Every living organism is fulfilled when it follows the right path for its own nature. The universe is transformation. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Receive without conceit, release without struggle. Often injustice lies in what you aren't doing, not only in what you are doing. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. It's silly to try to escape other people's faults. They are inescapable. Just try to escape your own. Because most of what we say and do is not essential. Ask yourself at every moment, is this necessary? The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. It's unfortunate that this has happened. No, it's fortunate that this has happened, and I've remained unharmed. You're better off not giving the small things more time than they deserve. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter. You shouldn't give circumstances the power to rouse anger, for they don't care at all. Take a good hard look at people's ruling principle, especially of the wise, what they run away from and what they seek out. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. You have power over your mind not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. Life is neither good or evil, but only a place for good and evil. How much time he saves who does not look to see what his neighbor says, or does, or thinks. Tomorrow is nothing. Today is too late. The good lived yesterday. Because a thing seems difficult for you, do not think it impossible for anyone to accomplish. The only wealth which you will keep forever is the wealth you have given away. Begin. To begin is half the work, let half still remain. Again, begin this, and thou wilt have finished. When thou art above measure angry, bethink thee how momentary is man's life. And thou wilt give thyself relief, if thou doest every act of thy life as if it were the last. Whatever the universal nature assigns to any man at any time is for the good of that man at that time. Men exist for the sake of one another. To understand the true quality of people, you must look into their minds and examine their pursuits and aversions. Each thing is of like form from everlasting and comes round again in its cycle. Be content to seem what you really are. There is nothing happens to any person but what was in his power to go through with. Everything that happens as it should, and if you observe carefully, you will find this to be so. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Here is the rule to remember in the future. When anything tempts you to be bitter, not, "This is a misfortune," but, "To bear this worthily is good fortune." Be content with what you are and wish not change, nor dread your last day, nor long for it. Roman Emperor and Stoic Philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Audio Gökhan Kösem.